Thank you very much. Well, I just, sorry. First, good morning, Kako. I tried to learn this in Polish, but it's not easy. Yeah? So, that's my presentation. So, what we'll see? Perhaps this is a not too much technical talk. It's more about how what's my experience with this development, okay? Because at the end, everybody talk about how it's artificial intelligence, and they only explain the last step, that is, we build some artificial intelligence and work, okay? But for me, it was very important when I started. I was starting this project, that learning a lot of the process, and now telling you what was my experience. So, how AbadIA started? Almost in my life is plenty of beer. This is very important. So I was drinking some beers with my friend Sebas, and he told me, hey, you are talking all the time about artificial intelligence, but why do you do something real? I mean, not talking. Why you don't try to solve our favorite game, that is the abbey of crime? And I say, okay. I say a lot of time, no, because it's so complex, it's going to be possible. But when you have too many beers Sunday, at the end you say yes. And this is the way we started, with beer and with a challenge. What is the abbey of crime? How many of you know the abbey of crime? It's okay. So this game is a kind of legend. It's a very old game. Mostly of you even didn't born on this year. It's from 1987 year, and was the first 3D, pseudo 3D game for Amstrad, the Spectrum, you know, the prehistoric thing about computer. It's based in the Umberto Eco book, In the Name of the Rose. You know the book? And the movie? Great. The movie was Sean Connery, Guillermo, I don't remember what the name. Just some data about the game. The size of the program, 87 kilobytes. And this includes all the code, music, graphic, even map. Okay, so it's a wonderful piece of engineering. Remember that you had some icons and avatar in your mobile. Almost this avatar will be more than this. I choose one funny avatar of mine. This is me when I was young, before artificial intelligence. So this is 87 kilobytes. So for me, it's so impressive. And this is the team, two-person teams. Now, when you want to build from zero one game, you need a game studio with 200, 300, 400 persons. That is people that only design the hair of the main character, and that's crazy thing. These two guys are really genius. Paco Melendez, this is the programmer, and Juan del Can, that was the artist graphics. He started studying civil engineering, so that's why this couple guy wrote a lot of games, and at this one tried to do the first 3D game, and was so impressive for this time. Okay, so this is the team. Now, when you started to be artificial intelligence, you need to have one plan. Well, And in every important moment of your life, you need to have the plan, because if not, you are a chicken without head, you know? So the plan was, we wanted to make an artificial intelligence that learned to play and solve the game. Okay, so what we had? We have the original executable. You know, at this time when you run a game, the game was in an audio tape. Did you remember cassettes, or did you see a picture about this? So we got the original executable, and somebody friend of us, Manuel AbadIA, and it's a coincidence that his surname was AbadIA, like the project, disassembled the original code, every line, and comment it. This is in Jihad, so you can go to Jihad to take a look, but it's absolutely wonderful work to try to do that. I put this example of the code and the memory position because there is one position that we think the programmers they don't use. The rest of the positions are absolutely compressed. There is a lot of tricks to try to put in just 7 kilobytes of the space, everything. Okay, so the current version, Manuel AbadIA port to C++ the game, and here did a very good job maintaining every logic thing in C++. So my friend Sebastian Blanes put SDL, the game framework, into the game to try to port to everything, and now the game can run even in Chrome, PlayStation 3, macOS, Windows, whatever. Okay, so how difficult is the challenge? Oh, very difficult. Now, how many is the number of atoms in our universe? I think everybody know. This is 10 elevate 80. Okay, this is a big space. There is a joke about Hawking because the last letter he wrote was about perhaps there is more than one universe. But for this presentation, we can estimate that there is only one universe, ours. And this is 10 elevate to 80. Number of chess legal movies. It's 10 elevate 120. Okay, so it's a tough thing to try to play every legal move to play well chess. Okay, number of Go, the Chinese or Asian game, 10 elevate 761, and now the best part. How many legal modes there is in AbadIA? 10 elevate to 10,000. Amazing. This is a real challenge. If we someday solve the game, will be a kind of legend because it's really difficult to do. Okay. Another, well, for the people that is not related with math, this is the number of 0 because this is a very graphical way to explain. I joke with the millennial, but today there is a lot of millennial in the room, so I will not do it. And another difficult thing is about I know if I finish the game with the correct solution after 10,000 actions. Okay, so I have not the final reward after the number of actions, so it's very complex to try to solve. Even it's a little more complex because in this game, all the characters have a kind of primitive intelligence. Okay, so sometimes here is, look at this. Here is the Abad, this is Guillermo, the main character. This is Axo, his assistant. But sometimes all the people is around me, so the legal move, I can do some legal move because they are all the time around me. Okay, so this is another little bit challenge because sometimes like this, there is a lot of people, and believe me, this is a very sad situation. Even sometimes the character think that it's better to kill himself, okay? Because there is a lot of situation like this, okay? So even when in vísperas, when you need, when the bell rings, you need to go so fast to the chapel, because if you don't go to the chapel, you die. If you are the last going to the chapel, you die. If you don't put in this position, I don't know any human that solve the game without instruction. But you know, at this time, the magazine, Games magazine, published the solution, the math, and everything. So the people starting to solving it, but it's so difficult. That is more funny situation like this. This is the lunch of the dinner time. I need to take my position. This is, if not, I die. Sometimes like this. Oh, I all the time I say that I need to change this slide because it's so blurry. The people are starting feeling nauseous, but it's okay. This is the library, and I need to get the keys. To get the keys, I need to put also in the front of the librarian, and then get the key. As you see, it's not only to fight a path to solve everything, that my artificial intelligence or our artificial intelligence need to make check the librarian, need to stay in a position for a lot of time. So it's not only how difficult it is, there is a lot of trick or trap to try to solve it. Okay, so first step, that was the beginning. How was the first thing we did? The first one is interesting with the game, because we need to play a lot of game to try to learn. So who interacting? Okay, we need to. This is more or less what we need to do: interacting, saving the information, and playing million again. So and the first thing is, with a couple of beer, that was our first solution. Okay, one robotic arm. So we put a keyboard, a camera. So when we want to make a move, just hit the key, take a picture. So this, you know what is this? Over engineering. And if you drink a lot of beer like that, you are at the end are doing things like JSON, NVIDIA, JSON Nano, or whatever. But this is not the bad thing. And this is our first takeaway. Maintain the things simple, okay? Because if not, you will do over engineering all the time. So after this beer, we try to find more simple solutions like Unispy, Socket, whatever. But do you know what is the best solution? Absolutely, and this is an idea from mine. So I'm very proud of this. Embedded a web server inside the game. All the time we are selling data to our customer. Every time they have a problem, we put a REST server and we design an API from the shop. This is the perfect solution for our game. We need something very easy to interacting with the game. Just put a web server inside the game, and after that, you can do things like this, a curve. This is absolutely wonderful. The more simple idea we had. Okay, so with things like this, just get a code. You can move the abad and you can manage the game. This is the game or this part, and this is a BNC client to display what is happening, and this is what I get when make a movement and make a done to get the information. Sometimes I do a demo of this, and I remember one time at London that I did this demo, just make a curve and the bus rotate to the left, and the people just stand out and make starting clapping. It was absolutely an emotional time. But I will not try to put you in this moment, and believe me, for me, the first time was a very emotional experience. So we are gathering information. So we have the information like this at the beginning. They try to send me another format, but I say, okay, give me a JSON, because at the beginning of we have a kind of ethical committee with the game, with Manuel AbadIA, Pathos, Sebas, that don't allow me to do whatever I wish with the game. So at the beginning, they started tell me, no, I will not tell you any. We will don't give you any information, internal information about the game, because the human player had no any clue about only the screen. And I say, come on, it's a very difficult game. Please give me some JSON with some information, because if not, it's another level of difficulty, and it's most impossible. And say, okay, I will give you, we will give you JSON. So I get something like this. What is the information that is on the screen? A lot of information about the position of the people. So the second lesson is something like, almost all the time we was working in this project was about making data pipeline, storing, trying to text the file format, trying to put everything working and whatever. So sometimes I feel like Mario Bros, because when you start in an artificial intelligence project, you think, this will be a lot of glamour. I will start in designing a lot of neural networks, So this will be so exciting. No, it's 19 or 99% of the time is trying to put all the information working. Okay. By the way, how many of you know why Mario Bros carries this funny red cap? This is a funny thing about the story of the game. At the beginning, and it's the first lesson, at the beginning, when they need to animate the character, they have a problem with the hair, okay, because it was very crappy to try to move the hair, so they put a cap over the head, and that was the solution. That's amazing. And this is the third takeaway. When you have a problem, sometimes you need to put a cat over the problem and solve this, because if not, perhaps you will spend a lot of time trying to solve this. First takeaway, the red cap. My team all the time know when we tell about the red cap, they know that is, okay, put some fast solution here, and we solve it after. You see, Mario Bros is carrying all the time his red cap, even after that. So the next thing was we have a game server with a REST API, so we can manage the game. We got a lot of information. So at this time, we was so impatient to try to start making some agent or how to start to launch 1,000 of games just to test this. But we discovered, and this is very important also, there was a project, OpenAI, that is paid by Elon Musk. He put a lot of money in this project because he's worried about the artificial intelligence will kill the humanity and whatever, but they put the money, and his guys in the OpenAI make a lot of things to play all games, whatever, so everybody's okay. The body is playing all games. Elon Musk believing that his money is spending in a great way. So we discovered that they have a standard definition of playground to play all games. Okay, so there is a way to, if you wanted to do artificial intelligence using reinforcement learning, you had the way to have a common interface to the game. So the agents, all the agents are not depending on the game. Okay, so the next step for us was creating one AbadIA OpenAI engine. Okay, so now we look for the agents, artificial intelligence agents. We look like another OpenAI engine. Okay, this was important because if not, we need to create something different. And now we have a way to reset the game, load the game, make the move, know what is the status, the reward, and whatever. So after that, we had almost all the things, the third parts, enough hardware resources, and we had some of the resources. So I will do a little small intro to reinforcement learning, okay? And I will try to not put too much mathematical formula because I am a programmer and I prefer to try to define the things in a simpler way. But reinforcement learning is like this. If you understand this, you can solve a lot of problems with reinforcement learning, not only all games or Go or whatever. You can do things like Google did with the energy efficiency in his data center, just using this. You had the environment, that is the game, in my case, in our case, the agent, that is the artificial intelligence, that take one state, and after that, with the state, decide what is the best next move, and send to the engine, and the engine return the next step and the reward of this operation. Okay? This is the only thing you need to understand to understand reinforcement learning. All the time you are playing this or trying to do that, in my case, playing games, you are getting new state, and you will try a lot of new action to try to learn something. Okay. For me, it's very important to try to define the thing with the movie, and the movie that best define reinforcement learning is the Groundhog Day. Did you remember the movie? All the time, Bill Murray is in this loop, trying to start in a new day and trying to test different things to try to break this cycle and learn something. He learned that he crossed the street is crashed by a truck. He started learning to play piano to fall in love with the girl and all these things. So this is the perfect movie for this. Almost at this time, I make a little demo, but I had 5 minutes and 40 slides more, so no demo today. So at the beginning, we started, there is a lot of strategies, okay? So how, at the end is how you decide what is the next action, or how you make some interpretation or some learning from the current state, okay? And we started with that random, we didn't solve the game, obviously. At the next state, we test the Q table. The Q table is a kind to have a big table, and in this case, you don't have enough memory in this universe to try to do that with all possible states and what is the result, okay? And we now are like in the DQN that mainly means that we had one neural network that gives us with a current state, with a current state, we had what is the best move and what is the probability that we win, or in our case, the not dying. And we have another very fast neural network that gives us what is the best reward we get in a position, okay? So we have two neural networks to try to learn about playing a lot of game. This neural network know that if you go with the work, you lost your life, okay? So how look uh, our sorry how look our neural network? It's like this, just 15 lines of code. Remember that I had thousands of lines making pipeline, storing information, generating JSON, filtering, training, and whatever. But at the end, our neural network and all the work we did in this part is something like this. That's why I say all the time that the 99% of the work is about the data, and there is a little work and glamorous work about the neural networks. In this case, we get the observation space, that is the state, and after that, we had the action space, that is what is the best reward we got with this state, making the 10 actions. Okay, so now we are working to improve our exploration of the game using Monte Carlo tree. How many of you know Monte Carlo tree shares? Oh, perfect. So you know that it's better than trying to explore with the neural network we had to know what is the best option, trying to not explore all the space, because if you go deep, 5 level is something like 10 elevate 5. So there is a lot of options. So with Monte Carlo tree shares, we try to make a random shares through the option, and after that, make the real movement, okay? So I have 1 minute. What we are using to do all this thing? We are using first, and this is another very important lesson. All the time, use container, use Kubernetes or whatever, because you know what is the most famous sentence from programmer? In my laptop works. Okay, so if you're starting having a Docker, you can pass the Docker and will work like in your laptop. Okay, so this is very important for us. So we have a engine, Docker for the game engine, and another for the game. And also, this is how we are using a real Kubernetes mass cluster. This is another funny part of the project. I am Google developer expert, so Google gives me a lot of resources to do a lot of things. But I prefer to just only spend $50 or 50 euros a month to try to solve the game, because if we are able to do that, the people from DeepMind will get a very big red faces. They spend millions every month, and we try with a small cluster to solve it. Very fast. The funny thing here is we had €7 a month machines, because they are printable. Google can break our machines, give this away, but we designed our architecture that is for playing millions of games. It's no problem that one game break, you know. So we can use $7 information. We spend all the time generate a lot of JSON that are saved in cloud storage from Google. And this is the last takeaway. What is the the best definition of serverless. It's in Italian, and it's from me. And the best definition is dolce far niente. That means sweet, do nothing. Take all the time this in account. Try to do nothing. All the things if you are thinking that you have a very complex solution that you need to config and set up, server, whatever, that is the wrong solution. All the time is a kind of mantra, serverless. Remember, dolce far niente, sweet, do nothing. This is very important. And all the time, I try to generate solutions like this, that you don't need to do nothing, only just a couple of lines of code to get JSON and get into BigQuery, but I have not, I don't need to maintain databases or whatever. Autogaming, and this is the last part because I am really out of time. We had a lot of jobs in Kubernetes that make something like every time we play a game, we set the information and make some point. There is a game generator that analyzes the checkpoint and put in a queue the next best games to be played, and after that, the Kubernetes job gets this game from this queue and generate more. Okay, and this is the main loop that is playing game all the time and trying to understand how to solve the game. We didn't solve the game just now, but will we? And there's a lot of technology we use. I will not define everything. Keras, this is very important for me. This is the best framework that we found, and I really love Keras. So simply, yeah, there is a GitHub to collaborate. If you want it, or you want it to fall, or you want it to do whatever. This is the thing about free software, and this project is free software. And if you join us, we will share the glory with you, absolutely, without any doubt. And we have a Slack, and so thank you. Any question?
Thank you very much.